week for On Your Table, I want to touch base a little bit on rocks. Now I know we talk a lot about soils because that's, well, how we grow food and how we feed animals. But where we farm, we live in a spot that's known as like a glacial deposit. The glaciers came through North Dakota and there are certain spots that they just left a lot of rocks. So we have a lot of rocks on our farm. What I'm doing today is rolling. Now what that does is it takes the rocks that are too small to fit in our rock picker, but too big to always go out and pick, and it just pushes them flat into the ground. Now why do we want them flat into the ground? Well, our main crop that we do this for is soybeans. You can do it for your edible beans, your dry beans, those kind of things as well. We've also done it for our barley and wheat ground. But what it does is it pushes those rocks down into the soil. That way when you come through with the combine, you don't have to worry about picking up those rocks. Now combines have what we call rock traps, but we really don't want to have to use those. It gets very expensive when you send a rock through a big piece of machine that's made out of metal. Combines harvest very low to the ground with soybeans. They usually pod from top to bottom. We run the header very, very low on the ground. The risk with that is picking up rocks and having them roll into the header. So by pushing them into the ground with this big metal roller, it helps us not pick them up when we come through with the combine and the header. So very, very beneficial. So we also do a lot of rock picking, as you can see, because rocks are very, very hard on equipment. When we come through with either the fertilizer applicator or some type of cultivation, or especially with the air drill, the shanks and the shovels hit those, and that's very, very hard on equipment. The big rock that we are currently digging out that I found, that will do major damage and pretty much stop a tractor right in its tracks. It can also bend metal. When you're going through there at 5 to 6 miles an hour and you hit a rock the size of a small car because you only saw the tip of it hanging out, that's a lot of money and a lot of time. Just buy a rock. We are taking care of them while we're doing our seeding, and then we are also doing the rolling to help during harvest. Again, we're in a heavily glaciated area with a lot of rock deposits, so it's something we fight with all the time, and we are constantly doing so. Today is rock picking day.